Baroreflex is what kind of feedback? What kind of feedback is a baroreflex? Is it negative, positive? Both negative and positive feed forward control. To begin with, you need to understand what is feed forward control, guys, and then we go on to discuss feedback, because feedback is something you guys are already familiar with. Feed forward control is pure and pure anticipatory event. So body or brain anticipates certain parameters. It anticipates stress, it anticipates exercise, it anticipates metabolic demand, it anticipates oxygen demand. So every time there is going to be an anticipation of something that is going to happen, and there is going to be no change in physiological parameter. Without any change in physiological parameter, just because there is going to be an anticipation of events, there is going to be activation of certain mechanisms. Activation of certain mechanisms, and this mechanisms will be ultimately bringing up a change in physiological variable. So such a kind of preoccupation, such a kind of anticipation, such a kind of expectation induced changes in body is what is called as feed forward. Baroreceptors are never a part of feed forward control. You know why in few minutes time. So it is either feedback negative or feedback positive. All right. If it can be both, that's also a possibility. We'll discuss what a baroreflex is all about, people. So to know this, you got to know the basics of negative and positive feedback. There is a change, and that change is triggering all the physiological mechanisms. So every change induced physiological mechanisms is going to be called as feedback mechanism. So a change happens, and this change is going to be sensed by a sense organ. In a gross word, let me call this as sensor. All right, my heart rate has increased, my blood pressure has increased, my blood pressure has decreased. So this is sensed. Because it is changed, and the sense organ or sensory receptor or sensor senses what is happening, this activates physiological mechanisms. This activates physiological mechanism. If this physiological mechanism influences the change to get nullified, if this physiological mechanism influences the change to get nullified, we are going to call this as negative feedback mechanism, guys. Right, this is going to be negative feedback mechanism. If the parameter, if the mechanisms, physiological pathways are going to activate the change, you're going to call this as a positive feedback mechanism. Out of these two, you got to know what baroreceptor actually does. And this is a pathway which is something extremely important. Baroreceptors are located in two regions. Number one, baroreceptors are located in carotid sinus. And number two, they are located in aortic arch. The carotid sinus and aortic arch baroreceptors gets activated. I repeat, they get activated only by two mechanisms, and the first among the two is going to be increased pulse pressure, and the second one is going to be increased mean arterial pressure. With increased pulse and mean arterial pressure, when baroreceptor gets activated, the afferents travels via glossopharyngeal nerve as well as vagus nerve. All right. Carotid sinus baroreceptors sense their afferents by glossopharyngeal nerve, whereas aortic arch baroreceptors sense their afferents by vagus nerve. These afferents are carried to nucleus tractus solitarius. Nucleus tractus solitarius in turn activates another region called caudal ventrolateral medulla. Once caudal ventrolateral medulla gets activated, this in turn inhibits rostral ventrolateral medulla, guys. You are very familiar with the action of rostral ventrolateral medulla. They will be involved in stimulating cardiac sympathetics. They will be involved in hugely stimulating vascular sympathetics. They will be minimally stimulating visceral sympathetics, and they practically inhibit cardiac preferentially and to some extent, visceral parasympathetics. Visceral as well as cardiac parasympathetics. Out of these two, cardiac parasympathetic inhibition is predominant. So what's going to happen? Every time there is going to be an initial increase in blood pressure, and this is going to be sensed by baroreceptor, because with increased blood pressure, there is going to be increased pulse pressure and increased mean arterial pressure, activating baroreceptors. If baroreceptor gets activated, there will be inhibition of RVLM, rostral ventrolateral medulla. If RVLM gets inhibited, what is the consequence? All right, people, if RVLM gets inhibited, there is no activation of cardiac sympathetics. There is no activation of vascular sympathetics. There is no activation of visceral sympathetics. And most important out of everything, there is no inhibition of parasympathetics. If parasympathetics are not getting inhibited, they will become active. Once parasympathetics become active, it will ultimately bring down the blood pressure, guys. So the initially increased blood pressure will be brought down to a decreased value. So you are now seeing baroreceptors is sensing. There is going to be increased pressure. To begin with, there is going to be increased blood pressure sensed by baroreceptors, activating a mechanism called as baroreflex mechanism. And this baroreflex mechanism is going to ultimately decrease the blood pressure, guys. And this is the blood pressure is going to be decreased. Because BP is decreased, this is going to be called as negative feedback mechanism and not positive feedback mechanism, and hence option A is the right answer for this question. All right, that's baroreceptor, people.